Welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Right there, 56. Right here.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Left pass.
To throw is Wilson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Throwing now is Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. And the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
They go play action here on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Anderson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal.
Tighten up.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. Ready? 58, come on. I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Check safety, check safety. Check. 52. Shoot.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Breeze going to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They run it with Carson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Forced out to his left. Pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Running it, Washington. And shedding his way forward. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw with Breeze. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
We got 4.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
You got tape. You
Tempo.
Shoot.
36 power.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people that bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, that's complete into the hands of Carson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
58, come on. I'm scared.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's upended at the 30. 3 following a good pickup of 8.
8 yards on the pickup.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Breeze now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready, 5-9.
Check, right 54. Right 54. Watch the back. Watch the back.
You kill. 0-2.
Rush in.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Colby Listenby in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks score first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
64,
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Breeze now to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it. and went the other direction.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. To throw, it's Breeze. Able to find Harris, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. First down, here's the run with Anderson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Again, Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Washington now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On play action. Now Breeze. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. Breeze now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Breeze. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They run with Washington. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, a chip shot here. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is Harris. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They start the drive with Anderson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. What else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long, it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Harris now to return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw is Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Whoosh.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's back to throw, escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Easy. Touch.
Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
You got nothing. Out.
Now Wilson on the move to his left. It's complete to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. The 40, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
What's good on the extra point? And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance.